Hey, I'm Dave once again with TJN, the Jesus Network. It's time to change the planet, and the noise you hear in the background as we are getting underway here in Canyonville in just a few moments with the First Nation Gathering, Taking Back the Authority. It's an outreach to Native Americans, and we do have a rather lovely Native American right here, Mary Gentry, and you really have a heart to bring Christ into the Native Americans, don't you?
Yes, I do. I feel it's very important to bring back the true spirit of the Word of God into Native Americans, the way that God had intended it to first come to us through the Bible that was so misconstrued in the way that the Bible came across the great land and hurt and wounded people, Native Americans, and I feel it's important to right those wrongs and help Native Americans reach out and find the true love of God and understand the true Word of God through the living Bible.
And there needs to be forgiveness on both sides, doesn't there?
Yes, it definitely does. Just like the blood is crying out from the land as it did in the Genesis story between Cain and his brother Abel. There is blood that's crying out across this great land that needs to be forgiveness on both sides, because we warred against each other for each thinking that in our hearts and in our minds that we were doing the right thing. The native defending their homelands and the non-natives gaining a new land.
What is your ministry?
Our ministry right now is we worship. We're a worship team. We are bringing some of the traditional sounds of Native America back into the church, or into the church, because it's never been there. It was banned and kicked out, and oftentimes the way that the ministry came to Native Americans, we were told to put down our eagle feathers, put down our native regalia, and become changed persons. Once we accepted Christ, it meant a new person, but what we were demanded to do was become like the European and not the native. And so what we're trying to do is bring back the sounds of the native into the church. We use a hand drum, we wear our regalia, we incorporate our own language into our songs, and we are excited about what the Lord is doing, because we are a remnant in this nation of very few native Christians, and we're excited that we can be a part of something that God is doing. So even though it's difficult, we face opposition on both sides. We've had Christians walk out of the church when they've seen us come in, and we also have had natives come against us because they didn't want us to use the drum in the church.
So you're kind of pioneering your own ground here.
We are one form of all the pioneers. There are pioneers across the nation, actually. This is a move of God. This is not a move of Don and my husband, Gentry, and I, but we get to be an active part of it.